Hey everybody, it's me, Shalita O'Neill, founder and CEO of Fostering Change Network and creator of the nonprofit Visionary Academy. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a time to chime in, and today we're gonna be talking about 7 coping tips for nonprofit visionaries. Because guys, we talk a lot about the structure and the formalities of setting up a nonprofit organization. But there's other things that you really need to take into consideration if you're going to be successful in whatever it is you do in life, but especially when you're building a nonprofit organization, and that's to really take care of yourself. Okay? Like, we cannot. Give so much and be so focused on supporting other people that we forget about ourselves in the process, because a lot of things happen when that happens, and it keeps you from actually doing what it is that you said you want to do and creating the change that you want to see in the world. Hey mom, I always say, hey mommykins, hey Angie, I saw you. Thank y'all for joining. And it's fitting, right? Because I typically do the Facebook videos in another area of the house, but have been taking my own advice, and I've created a vision room in my home. And so it's a work in progress. So I figured today, we're talking about taking care of ourselves. We're talking about taking that time, right, to be centered and to be focused and to be balanced. Why not do the video and talk to you guys out of my vision room? That's a work in progress. So behind me is my chalkboard wall that I put up. My husband looked at me and thought I was crazy. Like, you want to take out the desk? I had my desk. I had my little love seat in here, all professional like. And I said, you know what? I'm at a different point in my life now where I really want to focus on internal, what's going on inside. How can I better take care of myself? Not that whole stringent work, 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 do. Because that's what we do. Do. We don't focus enough on being and really trying to figure out who we really are and why we do the things that we do in life and why we make the choices that we make. We never take that time to slow down because we're always doing for other people. So now I was like, get the desk out of here, get all this out of here. I got my little meditation corner, y'all. Got my aromatherapy in the corner. It's just a place to come when you're feeling like things aren't going right, or maybe things are going right and you have ideas and things like that. For me, I needed a space for that. So this is my vision room. It's a work in progress. So I've got like I said, my chalkboard wall in the back. You got to be able to have some place to get all the ideas out of your mind, out of it, onto a surface. Sometimes paper isn't enough because I have so many different notebooks all over the place. And sometimes that's just not enough. Like, you need to get it out. Me, it's a wall. Get a whiteboard, chalkboard, something, put it up to get your thoughts out so that you can see it, and then when you need to erase it, tweak it, do something different to it, you can. So those are just things, that I've put into place. But today is really going to be about overall wellness, holistic wellness, giving you some tips on how you can take care of yourself so that you can do the work. Okay? So let's get into it. So the first thing I want to say is schedule some me time every day. I cannot tell you, again, you're hearing from somebody who went from foster care, just surviving. I'm surviving. That's the only thing that's on my mind. I'm not thinking about, let me look at my talents and my gifts and things like that. No, I didn't have time to think about stuff like that. For me, it was, okay, you need to get through this situation. And after I got through that situation and I turned 21 and I was out there on my own, and I didn't have time at that point either to say, oh, well, what do I like to do? Who am I? Let me have some me time. It was grind. Because for me, I was running from foster care, running from, growing up without parents. I was running from that. And I knew, well, for me at that moment, survival meant achieving. It meant doing. It meant, making moves. And I didn't have time to look at me and how my foster care history affected me, how before I went into foster care, my life with my family, how did that affect me? I didn't have time for any of that. I was running. And even until I'm in my early 30s now, up until I want to say, excuse me, earlier this year, I didn't have an opportunity to slow down and say, well, Shalita, you never really had much of a childhood. So maybe you should, there's some of those interests that you had when you were growing up that you didn't have time and nobody like invested in. Now's the time to invest in it. So I would say don't wait. Today you have a choice. Excuse me. You have a choice. Don't continue to put yourself off and put yourself on the back burner, because you're going to look up, you're going to be 70 years old. You're going to be like, maybe I should have done A, B, and C, or maybe I should have thought about this, or maybe I should have. And even if you are 70, the point is now take the time to look at what it is that you want to do in your life, things that you like to do. Schedule some time for you, whether that's planting flowers, whether that's just sitting, out in the park just with nature, whether that's sewing. And I didn't realize I really was good at that until 2 years ago. Sewing, cooking, reading, writing. Schedule some time every day, because it's not just about, oh, I'm being selfish or any of that. No, you are feeding your soul, and you can't feed anybody else's soul, and you can't help anybody else until you give yourself that same attention. So you have, whether it's 10, 15 minutes, whether you're meditating in the morning, whether you go into prayer, whatever, you close your door by yourself, you're doing something for you. Okay. So that's what I would say. No matter what that is, no matter what time of day it is, you know your schedule, make sure you get it in there. Okay. Whether you want to, go walk around the mall, pick up a few things, or window shop, because I'm proper visionary. We got to be serious about our budget. But whatever that is, I would schedule me time. Second thing, exercise, y'all. I know these are some of the things that you already know. We already know this stuff, but we get so caught up in that day-to-day, going to the meetings, doing this. I got to talk to this person, got to call this person. We're like, oh, okay, I'll exercise when I get home tonight. And you get home and you're exhausted, and you're bringing home work that you should have did during the day, that you didn't do during the day, that you're sitting at home, ignoring the kids or ignoring your family or whatever, while you're sitting here doing something. Look, exercise, whether you get up first, and then whatever that is. Nowadays, we live in a virtual age. My husband went and got T25. We were working out with Sean T for 25 minutes. Okay, you could do that early in the morning, at lunchtime, in the evening, whatever it is. You don't have to make it seem like you have to do this long, drawn-out exercise. Do something physical every day, because even I was talking to one of my spiritual advisors, and he said, you have to make sure you're in movement. We really have a disconnect between spirit and body, and you have some things held up. You're stressed. Sometimes you think, oh, I'm just, I got everything on my shoulders. I'm handling this. I don't need no help. I'm blah, blah, blah. Your body is holding on to all of that stress, and it's either manifesting through different, when you're getting sick and things like that. You're holding on to all of that. The way to let go of it is to exercise, to move. Okay, even if you get up, walk around the house, walk down the street, go to the park, walk around the room, do some push-ups, whatever it is. And for some people, I know for me, for a long time, I was always at my desk. And then there was times when I was never at my desk, and I'm always running. Well, if you're at your desk, sit down for a sec. There are desk exercises that you can do, and Google is your best friend. So go into Google desk exercises. They have a number of different, you could, for 10 minutes, you're sitting at your desk. Your body is your machine. Your body is your weight. So make sure that you use that to your benefit. Exercise. Get all of that pent up stress, anger, frustration, pain, whatever it is that you're holding on to from being a nonprofit visionary and just from living, and move and get that out of you. So I would say exercise, because there was times I was not good at that. And when you're not exercising, you're not making time for yourself, you cannot help anybody else. Okay. The next thing I would say is use your time wisely. And what I learned is that, I have an open door policy, and I've always, even when I was starting my nonprofit, it was an open door policy. When people needed me, that's when I stopped. I would stop what I was doing to see what it is they needed. And that takes away from your time during the day. What I learned to do is to set boundaries, right? And to say, okay, well, and sometimes for the young people that I worked with, my clients, when we got little office space, they would want to just walk in and talk to you, and then you end up talking to them for an hour about what's going on in their situation, and you're giving advice and whatever. And that's all well and fine, but there has to be a designated time to do that, because the more you allow that to happen, the less you get done. And then you're taking stuff home from work, and then you're staying up to 1 o'clock in the morning getting stuff done that you should have done during the day. So even if it's your clients, if it's the volunteers or the staff or the board members, whoever you're working with, let them know, okay, when I on my calendar, use your calendar, make sure everybody has access to that. When I put my busy time and I block that time out or lock that time in for me, and you see busy, please do not disturb me unless it's an emergency. Make sure that you're scheduling one-on-one time with the people that you need to be doing that with during the week. So if you have your volunteers, your staff, people that's helping you bring this nonprofit vision to life, make sure that you have a designated time. Maybe it's Mondays for an hour or for 30 minutes or Fridays to recap on the week. Make sure you set your designated time so that people have access to you and they can get to you, but both of you are on the same page about when that is, and you have your time to do the work that you need to do. So make sure you use your time wisely, because I can't tell you how many times I've come home and I'm still working to 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to sleep. I got to talking with somebody during the day about our dreams for the rest of what we want to do with the nonprofit, and then time goes. So use your time wisely. And then one of my favorites, the fourth thing I would say, is create a calming workspace. I don't care if you have a workspace at home or if it's in an office or wherever your workspace is. Create sort of like a zen, for yourself. Make sure you got your, I have a little aromatherapy diffuser. Put a little couple drops of essential oil in it, let it diffuse your favorite scents or whatever. Because you have to really pay attention to your five senses, and I would even say your sixth sense. But you really have to pay attention to that, because that's working subconsciously in the background. While you have your mind focused on typing up something or writing an email, your subconscious is always working. So having something that's pleasing all of those senses, you're smelling that aromatherapy, puts you more at ease while you're working. You got your affirmations on the wall. I would say, the little pictures that say, you can do it. You got this. Don't worry about, believe, keep going, keep moving forward. Put those strategically around your workspace, because there's going to be a moment somebody gives you a call or somebody says something to you that takes you completely left field, and you need to bring yourself back. Right? So you're smelling your aromatherapies, you're seeing your affirmations. Make sure it's, you got pictures, you've got you colors, you've got it livened up plants. I've had some aloe vera plants in my office. Just spruce it up, because 9 times out of 10, this is the place that you're going to be spending the majority of your time, a lot of your time. You want to make sure that it's a place where you like to be, that it's calm, and that it's creating an atmosphere that you can freely do whatever it is that you're doing with your nonprofit, so that you can get stuff done, and that you make sure you stay in the emotional, mental headspace to do this work. Again, because people will come out of left field and somebody, staff member done took something or did something they wasn't supposed to do. A young person that came in and stole something from somebody, and you sitting there, but you be in your happy place. When you make your happy place, you go to your happy place so that you can deal with the situation efficiently. Okay, so I would say that create that. It's fun, little pictures up of where you vacations or, your whatever, have that up there. The next thing I would say is get your sleep. Again, this seems like something that, we hear this all the time. You hear it so much you ignore it, but it's really basic. Get your sleep. There is no, don't be a martyr. There is no award for, I haven't slept in 2 days and all this is happening. Nobody cares about all that. Like, get your rest. You have control over your time. Prioritize what you're doing during the day. Like I said, if you make sure you set boundaries around people coming into your office or bothering you or whatever at a time where you need to get stuff done and you got to meet deadlines, set those boundaries so that you get what you need to get done during the day. So when you're going home, you can spend time with your family. You make time for what you care about, right? You prioritize. We have enough time. We have enough time in the day, honestly, to do things. It's just, how are you using your time? Are you the type of person that feels like you have to do everything? You don't want to ask for help for anything. You got to do it all. Even if you don't know half of it, you're going to figure it out. Well, it takes 3 times as much time to try to figure out something than it is to reach out to someone for support, to reach out to your board members for support, to reach out for volunteers who have reached out to you saying that they want to support you in some sort of way. So make sure when I talk about using your time wisely, not only setting boundaries, but also leveraging resources and delegating the things that you have to do, because if you try to do everything by yourself, it's not going to get done. You're going to be frustrated, you're not going to get any sleep, you're not going to care about exercising, you're not going to care about any of that. Okay, so make sure that you're getting your sleep at night. Leave it at work. And I know sometimes, when we're building up, I know I'm telling you from experience, because I didn't always used to do this, and I saw the effects of what happens when I don't do that. When I'm bringing work home and I'm sitting here crying for a client, or I'm on the phone trying to get resources for a client and I'm crying, and then we're human, and that's why we want to do this work. But there are things we have to take care of ourselves. You are the most important factor in this thing. And if you don't take care of you, and you're going to hear me keep saying this because sometimes we have to hear it on multiple occasions. And I know you're saying, I know, I know, I know. Well, it's time to stop knowing and to start implementing, to start doing, to start taking care of yourself. So get your sleep at night. Okay, they say 6 to 8 hours. Just get the amount of rest that your body needs to function properly. Leave all that stuff at work. It will be there for you when you wake up. Okay, and it's and in line with that, getting your rest. Take time off, please. And this could be for anybody. It doesn't necessarily have to be a nonprofit, visionary, whatever. Make sure that you're taking time off. Again, don't be a martyr. Don't try to, drill yourself in a hole just so you can say, I haven't taken no time off. Look how dedicated I am. No, look how tired you are. Look how stressed out you are. And that feeds everybody, other people around you feed off that energy. And they're like, ugh. No, take your time off. Take your vacation. Take your mental health day. And because you're a nonprofit visionary and you're starting this up, you're creating this for yourself, you determine what that is. As nobody's telling you, oh, well, you got to work this many hours. I mean, unless your board has set it up. But we're talking about right now, as you're just getting started. You set your schedule. You set the work hours. You set the business hours, right? So make sure that as you know that you feel like, okay, this is really wearing on me. I'm having a time here. Let me take a day. Let me take 2 days off. Make sure you notify people if you need your staff or volunteers or board members to step in for you to handle certain things while you're gone. Make sure you take care of that business, but step away and take the time that you need, because there's no award, there's no martyr award for you working and not taking your sick and vacation. People, we have that thing, oh, people think we're more dedicated if we do that. No, people model what you do. And if you thinking that's healthy and that's a good thing to do, other people are going to do the same thing, and it's not a good thing to do. People are watching you at all times, especially the people that you say you're going to be helping, the population that you're working with. Okay? All right. So the sixth thing is, I would say, is protect your energy. Protect your energy. And what I mean by that is the people that you hang around. I've had conversations, and myself, over the years, with people who it's almost like the life is being sucked out of them by people that are around them. Either they have unhealthy friends, or they've attracted unhealthy volunteers, or maybe you're constantly hearing from people what you can't do and what you shouldn't do, and this is not going to work, and why are you worried about this when you need to be worried about that. Every day we come into contact with people who are threatening our vision or trying to minimize what it is that you say that you want to do. And when times get hard, you need to have people around you that are going to encourage you, that are going to lift you up, that are going to show you how to do something, a different way to go about doing something. Seek out those people, whether it's through other nonprofit, groups, or whether it's, through other professional groups. Whatever it is, you have to look at your circle and who you are giving your time and your space to, because what they say, the sum of the 5 people that you're around the most is you, right? So make sure that your personal space is free of toxic people. And sometimes they weasel in there. Sometimes you don't even know. They kind of sneak up in there and make it look like they friendly and all that. And then they, But when you notice it, when you feel it, let them go. Release them. Because you really have to make sure you protect your energy and, what you're doing. Okay? So I would say that. Positive, driven people. The last thing I will say, even though there's so many different things that you could do, but for me, looking back over, what has helped me to, and not to say I've been sane the whole time. I'm not gonna make it seem like, oh, I had this all together from the beginning and nothing ever bothered me. No, I've been through some really rocky, tough times with my board members, with staff members leaving, leaving me hanging, with staff members doing things, with clients doing things, with funding not coming in when I needed to come in, with having to furlough people, with I've been through some things. So I'm not saying that the process is all peaches and cream and sunny days and unicorns and I have it all together. And it's because I've gone through all of those things and because I've fallen apart at different times that now I can tell you, okay, well, what got me back on track? And it's not to say that all of these things are what's going to help you. Maybe one of these things might be the thing you need. Maybe none of them. Maybe you might decide that there's something else that you could be doing that's going to keep you on track and keep you motivated. But the point is, you have to pay attention to your holistic being when you're period, doing anything, period. But especially with running a nonprofit, when you're helping disadvantaged and at-risk populations that 9 times out of 10 are in those situations because of complex issues in their communities. They're complex, the community's complex, politics is complex, and all of these things can come together in the wrong way, in a way that will knock you off your game. And so you really have to make sure that you are centered and you have other coping mechanisms that are going to help you get through it. Well, actually, you know what? I said the 7 coping tips. You know what? I had to add another one because it just wasn't enough. The 8th one is watch what you're eating. Okay. I mean, again, it's something that is, we hear all the time, but watch what you eat. And of course, when you're on the go, as a nonprofit visionary, you go into meetings and with funders and, you grab whatever you can grab at the time. What I would say is, knowing that, make sure you put other different, I guess, little hacks, they call them, in place, right, for yourself. So put a cooler in the trunk of your car, okay, where you have your healthy snacks, so you have your shakes, so you have whatever it is that's healthier that maybe you've made at home too. Meal prep is amazing. Try it. Do it on Sunday. Put some meals together for the week. Put some in the cooler in the trunk of your car. Have at your office or your workspace, wherever you're working out of. If it's not your home, because you can go down to the refrigerator. But if you're in a workspace, get a small little refrigerator, a little small dormitory size refrigerator. Keep it in your space so that you can have your healthy foods there, so that you have options. So if somebody at the office is like, oh, we're going to order some pizza, or you go to just make sure that you put things in place. Make sure you have trail mix in your bag, in your car. You have granola bars scattered out so that when you get hungry and you can't eat what you want to eat, that you can go ahead and grab it, and you're still, being smart about what you're doing and what you're eating, and you're not hungry, and then again you come hungry, you're angry, you can't think straight. So make sure you watch what you eat, and make sure you watch the alcohol. Okay, so again, from experience, I'm gonna tell you, sometimes it may feel like, okay, oh, the day I've had, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna have me some wines, and I'm gonna have me some this, or whatever your drink of choice is, and then you might get sucked into, I'm just gonna have one glass, or I'm gonna have another, or I'm gonna have another, because all of these things is on your mind about the young person who was just raped and beaten and left on the street, and you're there. They have nowhere to go. You're trying to help them find out what's going on. They're crying in your office. They're crying in your arms. And you're trying to figure out. So you take that stuff home with you, and you figure the best thing I could do to calm me down is to have something to drink. And I would say, think otherwise. Find another way to cope with the stressors, because they will be there. You are human, and you will be triggered by things that are happening with the people you're serving. But I would say, if you have a vision room, or if you like to journal, or if you like to work out, find something else that's actually going to elevate your body and elevate your mind instead of alcohol. And I'm not saying don't drink alcohol. Everything in moderation. I'm definitely not coming for me. I like to have a glass of wine. I like to. But there were times when it got unhealthy for me because I was bringing all that home, and one glass of wine turned to a bottle of wine. And then you got to get up and go and be available to people the next day. So let's be real. Watch the alcohol intake. And when you're out, especially when you're out in social settings with people that you're talking about your nonprofit with, watch the alcohol intake, because excuse me, one could turn into two and to turn into three. And before you know it, you're not representing your organization in a way that other people want to help you. Okay. So I would say that watch the alcohol, because also it's empty calories. You guys know that. Empty calories, you drink that whole bottle of wine, and then when it comes to working out, you have to work out twice as hard to get that stuff off of you. It alters your mind, it alters how you think. So be mindful of that. Okay. So I'll recap on it. If nobody else has, if nobody has any questions or any thoughts or anything, sometimes I can't see your comments as I'm talking, but I will definitely address them afterwards when I post the video. But again, going back, let's recap. Take care of yourself, please. The world needs you. There is somebody out there, more than one person, but at least one person that's out there waiting for what you have, waiting for your light to shine, waiting to be inspired by you so that they become empowered to embrace who they are. You have to take care of yourself. There is no award for not sleeping, for not eating, for putting everybody else first but yourself. There's no award for that. So whatever mechanism, whatever thing that we have brought with us from childhood or from our past that makes us think that we have to be everything to everybody else because we won't be liked, or we won't be accepted, or we won't be loved, is false. Throw it out. It is not true. You must take care of you. And if other people have a problem with that and say, oh, you're being selfish. Oh, look at you. All of a sudden, you're taking care of yourself and you don't have time to drink anymore because you're working out, and you don't have time to come to the party and club with me because you're saving lives. Who are you? Who do you think you are? Well, I know who I am, and I know what I've been called to do. And so if those type of people who are around you drain you, get rid of them. You must take care of yourself. Number one, schedule your you time. Schedule me time. Whatever it is that you want to do, that you like to do, sewing stuff, action figure fighting, whatever it is, take a minute or more to do something you like to do every single day. Do not feel bad about that. Work will wait. People will wait. Prioritize things will wait. Take care of you first. Schedule some you time. Exercise, whether that's getting up doing a DVD for 25 minutes, or you do it at home when you come home from work for 25 minutes, or you go outside and you take a walk, or you do some push-ups on the floor, or whatever it is. There are so many different options out here. When we talk about exercise, our mind goes to this rigorous, sweating all over the place, taking all this time thing. It doesn't have to be that, right? Exercise, you get in there, is what you do. When that 20-25 minutes that you're doing is what you do. I do hot Pilates. I love it. Hot yoga. Love it. While I'm in there, I'm like, why am I doing this? But afterwards, I'm like, I feel pretty good. And you get to the point where you can't go without it. Your body's changing for the better, looking how you want to look. Exercise. When you and do that, again, you release all that built up tension, that frustration, everything that you're carrying, all that load you're carrying from other people's lives on your back. You got to take a moment to exercise, move your body, release that stress, release whatever that is, so that, you can continue to be sane and balanced. But then also a side effect is, okay, I'm starting to look, my look, I don't got no muffin top no more. Wait, hold up. Okay. So it has its benefits. Stick with it. Exercise. Use your time wisely, prioritize, and then delegate, right? And leverage your resources. You do not have to be the jack of all trades and expert at none. Whatever. You don't have to be, I'm going to do all this. Again, there are no brownie points, y'all, for that. There's no martyr point. Oh, I have to do everything by myself. No, you don't. You just don't like asking for help because you think that makes you look weak. Take it from somebody who know, because that's the same thing with me. I didn't want to ask nobody for help. I can do it. I don't need you in my face. I can do this. No, I'm stressed out. I can't get nothing done. I start stuff, don't finish it because I'm worried about knowing how to do everything. Leverage your time, delegate, trust other people and their skills. Okay? So please do that. Board, especially with your board. I go back to that all the time. Your board is there to help. So they have a unique set of skills. Sound like the guy on Taken. They have a unique set of skills that they are ready and willing to use for you. Use your time wisely, reach out to them, delegate, let them help you. Also, set boundaries for staff, set boundaries for clients. They can't just walk into your room or your office or your workspace or just, or call you, okay, after a certain time. That's another thing, setting boundaries. Um, Text you at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. Set your boundaries. Again, that does not mean that you care more because you allow people to call you at 12 o'clock at night when you should be sleeping or you should be spending time with your family. There is no award for that. You don't do that because people get comfortable with that. Oh, everybody's blowing up. Then you done got yourself in a situation where when you say no or stop calling me at a certain, people looking at you, but you've told me I could do this for so long. Why all of a sudden you set your boundaries and stick to them? Use your time wisely. So when you go home, whatever time that you've set for it to be, the end of the day, that you go home and you can focus on you, your family, and whatever else that you want to focus on. You're not taking work home with you consistently. There will be times, but let's get it right. Create a calming workspace, a zen space where you like to be. Even though you might have some issues or things that come up while you're at work or while you're building your empire, your nonprofit, empire, you can still know that you're in a space that you've created that's supportive, that keeps you balanced by using, candles, aromatherapy. Your affirmations are on the wall. You decorate the place to suit your style. I like Paris and stuff, so I've got Eiffel Towers and all you can probably all over my vision room. And I don't know, I never been there. Don't ask. But there's different things you like. I like little girly stuff. So, little pictures of shoes. Little cute shoes. Put them up, paint it, put on the wall. Stuff like that. I like stuff like that. I like candles. So whatever it is you like, whether it's action figures, Jamal, action figures, whatever it is, create your space where it's a place where you want to be, so that if something catches you off guard, like I said, an email comes in where somebody is coming at you from left field, you could say, okay, let me take this back and look at this picture on the wall where I was in the Grand Canyon and it was beautiful, and you can bring yourself back, okay? Bring yourself back. So just make sure you create that space where you want to be at. Get your sleep. Go to sleep at a decent time or get enough rest, as much rest as your body needs. And everybody's different. I know they say 6 to 8 hours, but you might need, 5.5, whatever. Do what you can. But make sure that you are sleeping. And I know, look, sometimes my mind, I know I have to keep a notebook by my bed because my mind goes so much. I'm all over the place. I'm just, and it's hard to sleep sometimes. Well, they have healthy options for that. So, my husband went and got some melatonin, little, which is healthy, little gels, little gummies, where you rest your mind, helps you relax a little bit. It also has some other health benefits associated with it. I am not a doctor. Do not take this as medical advice. I'm just saying, there's ways, whether you cut the TV off, cut that laptop off, put that phone to the side for at least an hour or two before you're ready to turn it in. Calm your nerves. Get your sleep. Get your sleep. There is no award for going without sleep. No one will feel sorry for you because you've been working so hard. No, that just means you're not efficiently using your time, okay? Next thing, protect your energy. Watch who you have around in your circle. Personally, professionally, make sure that those toxic people that you have to, telling you what you can't do every day, that you keep them at arm's length. Sometimes it's family and you can't completely cut them out. Don't ask me about that because I completely cut people out if it comes to something like that. But if there's people around you that are just not supporting you, replace them with people who will. Replace them with networks, get some mentors, coaches, people who are where you want to be. Make sure you make it a point to be around them, to, create that positive atmosphere, because there's enough negativity in the work and in the circumstances that the people that you're working with have to deal with. You already going to have to be immersed in that and be trying to figure out solutions around helping this population of people. You don't need, when you go home or when you call a friend, for that to be a friend, for that to be telling you what you can't do, who you're not, what you need to stop doing, you need to focus on me. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. If you're neglecting your family and stuff like that, they're going to say something to you. But I'm just saying, those people who try to quash your dreams and your vision and aren't supportive, make sure that you distance yourself from them. So protect your space, protect your energy. Next, watch what you're putting into your body. Eat properly, guys. And I'm not going to sit here and say eat 3 to 6 times a day and eat small portions. Again, don't get me started on the philosophy behind that. What your body needs. Eat the stuff that your body needs. Now, we know that the burgers, the prepackaged stuff, they say if you can't grow it, don't eat it. You know how to eat right, right? So, if you grabbing a burger and some fries and that turns into, oh, I'm just going to do it this one time. Oh, it turns into an everyday thing, 3 times a day thing. You eating pizza, you drinking alcohol, you doing all this stuff. You getting out of control with it. Watch what you put into your body, because it's going to affect your mind, and it's going to affect how you communicate and the work that you do and how people perceive your nonprofit in the first place and the people that you're working with. You are supposed to be an example for the people that you're helping, right? Because it's not like we're giving them something that they don't have. These people are already have everything that they need. They just don't see it. So they're looking to you to lead by example. Okay, so make sure that you're watching what you're putting in your body. Watch the alcohol. Don't rely on that when you come from home from a hard day of issues with people around your nonprofit organization. Don't let that be your go-to. Okay, moderation is great. And then watch what you. Didn't I say that? Watch what you eat. Yeah, so that's kind of going to say, watch what you put in your body. Watch what you eat. Okay, so that is the recap, y'all. And I really hope that it's been helpful to somebody. I hope that you please share this, because could be for anybody. They don't have to be a nonprofit visionary. We just really need. And actually, when I went, what I thought was interesting, I went to Google to see if anybody else had any tips on how nonprofit visionaries or people who are founding nonprofits could cope with what's going on. And I couldn't find anything. So I said, okay, well, let me sort of try to jump in there and throw some things out there. And so I'm going to be putting out an infographic as well, so that you guys can maybe share that, with other people and everything. So if you haven't already, I would encourage you to join the hashtag Nonprofit No Filter membership, where you can go on my website, ShalitaO'Neal.com, to see what that is. It's really a group. Part of it is, Facebook, access to a Facebook group where I post different information, forms, templates. People will have the opportunity to ask me one-on-one different things around what's going on with them with their nonprofit. And then personally, that influences their nonprofit. I would encourage you to do that, by going on to ShalitaO'Neal.com and signing up as a member, so I could keep in contact with you, okay? And also, I'll be, again, along with this video, in the Nonprofit Visionaries Facebook group. I'm going to be putting in a couple extra links and a couple extra things for you guys, for subscribing and for investing in me as well, because if I'm investing in you, it's nice to be invested in as well. Okay? So take care of yourself. Holidays, Christmas is next week. Don't get all crazed and everything. Find your zen. And if you need me, just let me know. All right? Talk to you guys soon. Bye.